So I've tried my hardest. So let me. Oh my god, this is so stupid. Let me do the positive first. Josh was a big defender of the Snyder Cut. I'm a big defender of the Snyder Cut. Josh has been disappointed in a lot of the MCU. I am more neutral. I don't think it's that good to begin with, but there's some good movies here and there. However, he does sometimes push the panic button on the MCU stuff, but sometimes he's right. So he's a bit of a mixed bag. And to be fair, when Theory was super stupid, he tended to be less stupid than Theory, but oh my god, he is definitely turning full blown to the dark side. Okay, so he's putting out this panic video where allegedly, Kathleen Kennedy is allowing Gilroy. And remember, Gilroy's background is the Bourne Supremacy. He's a really good writer. Not everything is great, but he's pretty solid. So apparently in Andor, there may be, we don't even know if this is true, there may be a plot or a scene that will bring up, well, no nice way of putting it, a physical assault of an erotic nature that will either be explicitly in the plot or the concept will be there. And I cannot believe the amount of gaslighting. And Josh literally says explicitly he is trying to create a panic. He's trying to leak this information to prove that Star Wars has been destroyed. I don't even know where to begin. This is a series of films and now TV shows, right, that explicitly, in the first film, has genocide. I mean, I think that's one of the worst scenes of all time, where just casually the Empire blows up Alderaan. You're like, wait, we got to be careful here. Maybe you need to take this more seriously, but whatever. We'll also put aside that Lucas, with the prequels, definitely had, to put it mildly, more adult content. In fact, I'm pretty sure Revenge of the Sith was PG-13, because there are some pretty adult scenes, especially with Padme. Remember, Padme's pregnant, and Anakin assaults her. Does Josh not remember this? What is he, an idiot? I don't know. I mean, I get it. Like, Theory has the brick screws stupidity, and that was also just catastrophically dumb. And I get it that Josh is not as rich as Theory. Okay, so he has not the ability to double check things. However, I mean, come on, this is really weak. So his reference to say this is definitely bad, guys, is that there was a story meeting about where they were going to move the series, and they wanted to have a darker tone, right? This is the Lucas team back in the 80s. And Lucas pushed back saying, no, this is a kid show. No, this is for the kids. No. So his evidence that Andor is bad now is that Lucas deliberately sold it out to little children, which he did. He made Star Wars so family friendly and PG rated with Return of the Jedi. Now, I still like Return of the Jedi, but they definitely made it really goofy and silly to sell it out. Also, put aside, Lucas always changes his mind. Forget asking about the sequel trilogy. He keeps changing the number. It was supposed to be 9 movies, then 12, then 15, back to 9. It says, it's only 6. It says, I will never do more Star. And then he goes back to 9. He's radically inconsistent with Star Wars or what it should be. But that's fine. Now Lucas does maintain it is for 12-year-olds. It's not for stupid children, though. There are many adult things in Star Wars. That's pretty obvious. Also, Andor is very clearly marketed and framed as more mature than most of Star Wars, which it is. It is way more serious. The topics, themes, and stories and subplots are way more mature than most of Star Wars. Like, you want the nitty-gritty of war and corruption and fascism. How does it really work on a more day-to-day basis? That's what Andor is talking about. The characters, whether you like them or not, are meant to be more realistic. That is the whole point of the thing. Whether you like it or dislike it, that is the framing. It is marketed and advertised as what it is. This is much more mature than a lot of Star Wars. This is not supposed to be Clone Wars episode 55, where Anakin is crying and blah, 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 and the lightsabers and the twirling. And yes, people die and people are killed, but do we see the consequences? Or like, hey, we just killed a whole lot of people. Isn't it bad for the Jedi? I don't really care. Even though the point of the Clone Wars is to give us more depth. It's a lot of silly time. My point here is not to trash the Clone Wars, except that it's really stupid and bad. But the point is that even that show does deal with adult things, but it's kind of in a very childish framework, which is fine. That was Lucas's intention. That is the Clone Wars. Andor has a different creator, And Gilroy says straight up, I'm not a big fan of Star Wars. I don't care about that. I'm just going to apply a good story to Star Wars. Now, that said, if they are featuring scenes or ideas involving violence, and I assume the victim here will be a woman, but could be a man for all we know. We don't even know. Yeah, this is some very difficult material. It could be done stupidly and badly, and this could turn out to be the worst Star Wars show of all time if they mess it up. I mean, look at Game of Thrones. They went from being one of the best shows of all time to being one of the worst shows of all time. So it could happen. It could be this season they will have one or two episodes that are so catastrophically dumb it will become world famous for being such a decline from an A minus near perfect show to just a bunch of garbage. But the idea that it would be garbage because it's treating adult themes is like, that's the point, stupid. And I get it. Theory got caught. And I get it. Theory made himself a worldwide famous clown for stating, as a fact, there are no screws in Star Wars or bricks. And out of the woodwork, thousands of fans showed, no, it's not true. You're an idiot. You don't even know Star Wars. So I get it. He was trying to attack Andor, and he looked like a complete moron. Josh is a friend, and now Josh is revising, oh, Andor's okay, it's not really that good. No, problem is, your friend is a moron, right? He's a extreme grifter. He's a piece of garbage who helps racists and just does very vile things. Just a complete moron. But he's your friend. I get that. So he's changing his mind about Andor being good just to fit Theory's narrative. I get that. I mean, it's not good, but I can understand his loyalty. But this is just totally dumb. We don't even know if this is true, but okay, fine. Say it's true. So you're telling me Star Wars can treat these other things. Oh, slavery? Remember slavery in episode 1? Right? Episode 1, slavery? So we got slavery, genocide, right? Right. Coercing people physically, right? Gaslighting, murder, assassinations. You go through the whole thing. We can have those in Star Wars, but even sex. Josh is not even against, sexy, beautiful women's. Yes, my lady. That's fine. When Lucas did it, which is dumb because Lucas made really bad mistakes too, but hey, now Josh is like, George Lucas is my god now. Okay, listen, I am a big fan of George and I'm a big fan of Snyder, but that doesn't mean we don't be critical. Just because Lucas wanted it for a certain age group is not the end of the question. I mean, Lucas screwed up a lot of things, so I don't know. So I don't know what Joss is up to. I mean, I get it. He wants to make money with Theory again. I get it. But really, this isn't even a thing. But we'll have to wait how this is treated. This could be a big scoop, but we're like, okay, that's a certain plot line. And a lot of fantasy, a lot of sci-fi. Star Trek. Star Trek deals with that kind of issue all the time. In the original series, Next Generation, Voyager, they deal with these topics all the time. So your complaining just comes down to, oh, Gilroy may make part of Star Wars more like Star Trek. Good. I hope that happens. I hope it happens more. But hey, that's my opinion.